So anyway, I told him, if you're going to invite your friends to my house, at least tell me ahead of time. And guess what that little feather duster said? Peanut, come on, don't spoil it. I wanted our confused friend here to answer. Jeez. Yeah, so he insists that it's his house, and I say, it isn't your house. If anything, we're sharing it. Crows can't own property. That would be ridiculous. And he got so mad that he actually talked a couple of moles into digging around in my garden. Can you believe that? Exactly. I didn't know they understood each other either. It took weeks to get those moles to leave me alone. Don't look at me like that. I used a spell. I'm not so petty that I would drive them off by force. This was Peanut's fault anyway. He never gave up on claiming that he owns the house. And he gets really pissy if we talk about it. Look, he's fuming already. Huh? Yeah, I guess you can't really tell. But believe me, he's thinking about teaching me another lesson right now. By the way, how do you like my stew? Pretty good, huh? Especially considering that I don't have a lot of ingredients to work with out here. Eat up. There's plenty left. Wouldn't want you to go to bed hungry now, right? Oh, good question. Actually, I kind of forgot why I was telling you this whole story as well. Oh, right. You asked me how Peanut came to live with me, and then he insisted that I am the one living with him. Yes, you did ask me that, human. I can tell you're doing your best to remember things and focus your mind. It must be very exhausting to keep this up all the time. Hey, how about this? I think you should lie down a bit. We've been running through the forest all day, and then there was that encounter with Nis, plus you banged your head pretty bad earlier. You don't need to sleep for now. We can talk more, but maybe let your mind wander a bit in the meantime. I doubt you would just get up and run around when you're this exhausted. Yes, just get cozy in the sleeping bag. Stay close to the fire. It gets surprisingly cold here at night. Just like that. Pretty comfortable, isn't it? If you feel the need to drift off, then do so. You're going to need your strength in the morning. Actually, here, I'll sit a bit closer to you so that I don't need to speak so loudly. So, here we are. Honestly, I don't recall when I was out camping last. Do you? Sorry, never mind. That was a bit insensitive. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just as nice to you as I've been the whole time. After all, why would I be here with you if I wasn't? This is just... I'm trying to calm you down. That's why my tone is a bit more friendly. Oh, sure. I didn't really finish my story about how Peanut and I met, right? Well then, I'll keep talking, but try to relax your brain, okay? Don't worry. Your short-term memory might be a problem right now, but the fact that your attention was stolen shouldn't affect your actual memory. So, as soon as we solve your little problem, you should be able to recall what we talked about eventually. So, well then. Oh, I bet our friend here would love to hear the story from your beak, but you know why that's not possible. So you're stuck with my version. So, the whole story about how Peanut and I met is pretty long, but maybe I should spare you the unnecessary details. For now, anyway. You see, a couple of years ago, I was walking through this forest on my own. No, that's not the right way to put it. Let's say I was lost in more ways than one. You see, just as Nis said, I've lost my original name. And how that happened isn't important right now, but you have to understand that names are exceedingly powerful in the right, well, in this case, the wrong hands. It's not that easy. I did choose a new name, but birth names are so powerful because, in a sense, everything you do from the moment you receive your name is done by the person holding that name. I know it's a pretty weird concept, but think of it like this. If somebody does a good deed and then they tell the witnesses of that deed their name, then when word of it spreads, other people might claim they're the person in order to profit from it. Already, it's difficult to prove who was actually the person who originally performed the good deed, because it's just attributed to the name first and foremost. Appearances can change as well. Or maybe the appearance wasn't even shared with the stories of their good deeds in the first place, but the name remains. Now imagine that the one who did the deed changes their name. What happened to me is similar, only that Fey magic is far more literal. Everything I was and everything I did before is lost, in a sense. It sticks to the name, not the person. And whoever holds the name will be perceived as that person. Because who we are is largely defined by what we do, what we accomplish, or what we commit. I'm sorry, human. I know I tend to ramble a bit about this and that. I didn't mean to confuse you. You're right, though. The Fae are very weird. Again, I was aimlessly wandering around this forest, not unlike yourself, when I came to a large patch of colorful mushrooms. My stomach was growling fiercely. I hadn't eaten for 2 days. Because of that, I threw caution to the winds. I picked up a mushroom, intending to eat it, when this little critter started to yell at me. Thank you for the demonstration. I was startled and dropped the mushroom, and when it made contact with the ground, it dissolved, spreading across the grass with this hissing sound. Ultimately, it left a dark patch of dead plant matter, and as I whipped my head around looking for the source of the cawing, I noticed Peanut up in the branches of this large oak tree. He jumped down to a lower branch facing me directly, and it started to scold me. Oh yes, he had some choice words about my carelessness, endlessly berating me. Eventually, I started to laugh. Timidly at first, but breaking into full-on laughing fits by the end. It was just the most absurd scene you could imagine. Tears were freely rolling down my tired eyes in no time, I remember. I guess this was when he realized that I could actually understand him. As if. Yes, you were surprised. Flustered, even. I never thought a bird could stammer his words, but it was just too funny when I found out. He had all sorts of questions for me, like why can I understand him, where did I come from, why I'm wandering around the forest on my own. And I made a deal with him then. I promised that I would indulge his questions, but that I needed some food, or else he'd never get his answers. He agreed, immediately, prompting me to follow, and follow him I did. The whole scenario was just so outlandish, like something straight from a fairy tale. But I was at my wit's end anyway, so he led me to an old, decrepit cottage, and inside I found many astonishing things. Books that turned out to be alchemical instructions, old grimoires of spellcasting long forgotten by time, vials and pots filled with dust and liquids that spoiled long ago. But the one thing that I was most grateful for in that moment was, you guessed it already, an old bag filled with peanuts. I didn't even care if they were still edible. I just devoured the whole bag on the spot. I mean, I threw him a couple here and there. Oh yes, the stars really are beautiful at night, aren't they? Well, I think I already exceeded your ability to focus again. I did tell you not to try so hard. Hey, that reminds me. When we first met, you were able to somewhat recall your mission, right? You said you were a messenger, but we never got any further than that. I don't want to strain your brain more than necessary, but it's pretty tough not to be curious. So you do remember some more, then? The king's most trusted messenger. Sounds quite important, I'd say. Admittedly, I don't know much about the politics of the human world, so forgive me if this is something I should be more in awe of. But I remember that humans often use birds to deliver messages. So why not just send one of Peanut's friends to do the job? What? A union? What the heck is that? Will you stop interrupting us? You know just as little about the outside world as I do, after all. Is that so? If your message was that important, what was it? You know what? Never mind. I'm sure it's a secret and all that. But if you don't mind me asking, did you have to memorize it? Or do you have it hidden somewhere? Maybe under your clothes or something. Hey there, hey. Please calm yourself. If you really had a bag with you, then there's no point in just running through the forest at night searching for it. Let's tackle one problem at a time. And who knows, maybe the bag will turn up again. Or maybe the one who stole it from you has it. Though that could be a problem. Come now, I didn't mean to upset you like that. Do me a favor and close your eyes for a minute. Yeah? Let your mind wander again. Deep breaths now. Don't focus on anything in particular. Forget what's troubling you and just feel the comforting warmth around you. The sound of the crackling fire. Relax your sore body, your weary mind. Tell me, human, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? So you're concerned about all those things that Nis was talking about, huh? I mean, obviously, you are. No, you didn't upset me. It's alright, human. This is just... I've had to deal with the Fae and their games for a while now. As I said, they took my name. I mean, it was a deal I've made, and honestly, I'm not even sure I would choose differently if I was given the same choice again. After all, this life does suit me better than my old one. It all seems so distant now. I guess you're right. If I barely recall my former life, I can't really tell if it was worse than my current one. Who'd have thought that you could think this far in your current state, huh? Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I'm making fun of you. I just don't really want to think about what could have been. I mean, it'll never be anyway, after all. I made the deal, and one of the effects is that the Fae cannot harm me in any direct way anymore. So, rest assured that this ability is all we need to prevail in the coming days. It's true that we don't know each other very well, and I'm using your predicament to enact a form of vengeance against the Fae, but I swear to you that I won't let them harm you anymore. No, I'm not going soft. Stop teasing me, Peanut. Jeez. I know, I do need some sleep as well. It is pretty late, and my mind just needs to be sharp for tomorrow. For all our sake. I do need a way to keep you from just getting up before me and running off to chase the butterflies, though. Any ideas, human? Oh. I think they finally fell asleep. I guess, we'll just tie our sleeping bags together. What? Absolutely not. Our own separate bags are just fine. And stop talking. You'll wake them up. Jeez. It really is funny. Just like I told Ness. After they chased me away, I swore to myself that I would never care about or help humans again. They didn't want me, and I didn't need them. And now, all it took for me to break my vow was a singular human to come knocking at my door seeking help. Was it because they're a victim of the Fae, you think? Or was it something else entirely? Honestly, I haven't been this confused for a long time. I really think I need sleep. Good night, Peanut. Good night, Human. For whatever reason, I really want to help you out. And I do hope that I won't eat my words in the coming days.
Why does it always come off so easily? Blades, spice rack. That's the grater again. Damn it, did I forget it? Oh, man, this sucks. Oh, it's gotta be in here somewhere. What? Oh, it's just you two. Don't startle me like that. Jeez, I was concentrating over here. Give me a minute. I'm still getting ready to work. Oh, right, the water. Thanks for filling the cup up at the stream. Glad you remembered to do it. Or did Peanut have to give you a nudge? My, it seems like when you're well rested, your mind is not half as scrambled. Just put it on the table over there, where I set up my reagents. Thanks again. Speaking of remembering things, you did actually wash yourself while you were over there, right? And did you brush your teeth? Don't you lie to me, Peanut will confirm it. I'm not acting like a mother hen. I just can't stand it when people smell, alright? And no, I don't care about their breath. I'm just worried about their dental hygiene. Humans these days can be quite filthy. There it is again. I'm letting you rile me up for your own amusement. No, not going to work this time. Anyway, Human, I'm pleased to see that I can rely on you for simple tasks. The spell really is coming in handy at this point. I'll still have Peanut accompany you when we're splitting up. After all, searching for you when you run away again would be a hassle. But when we get brewing later, I'll rely on you some more, okay? Oh, right. I thought you might forget at some point. I told you earlier about the potion I'm going to need when we get to the Rising Waters, to have ourselves a little chat with Glimmer. See? That's why I asked you to get some water for me. And as soon as I find this damn kettle, we can finally get on with it. I really need to clean out my bag at some point. Get all this stuff organized. It's so annoying to always have to look for my tools. I mean, I do know my kettle's in there, but where? Hey, now, I am not chaotic. I will get it all in order. Eventually. As soon as we're back home, in fact. But first, I need to find this damn dirty, useless piece. Ah, I got the handle. Come on, why is it stuck? Human, get over here and help me with this. Yeah, like that. Just grab the rim. Pull! Come on, one more time. Pull! Ah! Are you alright? Sorry, should have been more careful. And it seems I landed right on top of you. Great. I'm gonna get up now. Man, I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. Wonderful. Now the kettle is out, and so is pretty much everything else. Shut your beak, Peanut. You're only laughing because you don't have any hands. Otherwise, I'd make you help us with the cleanup. Unbelievable. Help me out, Human. Let's pick up everything and throw it back into my bag. Except for the kettle, of course. Hey, look at me. Everything except the kettle. Do you understand? I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying you have literally no capacity to pay attention right now. Come on now. And be careful with the knives. They're impossibly sharp. Some quite literally so. Oh, right. All this stuff could never fit into a bag this small, right? Obviously, it's not a normal bag, though. Let's just say it's magical. I admit that I didn't enchant it myself. I found it out in the forest. It can hold a lot of stuff. I have absolutely no clue how it works exactly, but it's extremely handy, of course. I mean, unless you keep stuffing it full of things and then you can't find what you're looking for. No, 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 no. I said don't put the kettle... You know what? Come. Let's put it over the fire first. We can clean up the rest of this stuff later. Huh? What reminds you of something? The kettle? Or the fire? Is everything alright with you? Whoa, calm down. It's alright if you can't remember. I'm just a bit concerned because in the last 2 days I've known you, you've never looked this serious before. Look, I told you many times already, and I know it's very frustrating, but you likely won't remember more details about your mission and the things connected to it until we get your attention back from the Fae. In the meantime, we shouldn't focus on figuring things out. We can't confirm the theories we come up with anyway. Let's focus instead on the task at hand, okay? That's better. A frowny face doesn't suit you, human. Your smile looks way better. That sounded weird. Sorry, forget about that. Let's get on with this. Aww. Who are you calling cute, you tiny little fluffy wuffy pretty boy? Never mind. Peanut hates it when I speak about him like that. Look, he's stomping his foot. He's so upset because he knows that he's just such a cutie patootie. It's great to see you laugh once in a while, human. I feel like we need that type of energy right now. And don't worry, Peanut and I tease each other all the time. It's our way of expressing love. Isn't that right, my little whittle ball of soot? Oh yes it is, you old sourpuss. Now then, human, are you ready to get brewing? That's what I like to hear. Alright, first of all, the essentials. We have a nice little fire going and my kettle is in place. Next, we get the water. Hand me the mug, will you? And just like I told you before, be careful not to drop it. Thank you. Now, we add the water. Yes, there is enough water in this mug. Why do you ask? Ah, right, you don't know about the mug either. Very well. Stand back and prepare to be in awe of another one of my many magical items. Behold! Well, aren't you impressed by the things that magic can do? Aren't you amazed, shocked even, at the item of power I hold in my very hands? Yeah, right? Seriously, what's with that puzzled look? No, I'm not just pouring water. Haven't you realized by now that I've already put way more water into the kettle than this little mug should be able to hold? Look, the kettle is almost half full already, although it's this big, and the water just keeps flowing. Wait, since your attention span is so low, you literally can't tell how long it's been, huh? Damn it, I just realized you would have noticed when you filled the mug in the first place. If you were able to notice, that is. I feel stupid now. Thank you for saying that. I still feel like I should have realized sooner. I just wanted to amaze you once more. Never mind then. I think we have enough water now. Well, no use crying over spilled water, huh? Nothing? Man, alright. Human, this is how we're gonna do this. Stand over here at this kettle and take this ladle. Now, I'll add ingredients one after another, so I need you to keep stirring. Not too fast, not too slow, alright? You say that, but I feel like I really need to hammer it in that you cannot stop stirring, alright? I only have enough ingredients to try this once. Alright, let's get started then. Let me take a look at my grimoire. Alright, first up, 2 vials of cloudberry essence. It says here the berries need to be picked from the summit of windswept peaks. Funny thing about alchemy, about half the specifications are just fluff. But this is science, and I'm not particularly fond of authors that love the sound of their own voice, if you know what I mean. And it goes... No, human, what did I ask you to do once I started adding the ingredients? There you go. Keep stirring. That speed is perfect. Okay, next up is finely powdered star anise. What are we making here, jam? Alright, whatever. Oh, right. I guess it is kind of strange that I'm still just calling you human. Huh. I don't mean to offend, really. Well, if you do want to know... see, I have trouble seeing myself as one of your kind. I mean, obviously, I am human on some level, but when I gave away my name, my very existence kind of went with it. I know it's hard to understand, but ever since then, I've been wondering what exactly makes one human. It's kind of ironic for me to say this, since I just said I don't like pretentiousness, but the question still bothers me. Physical forms can change, especially if magic is involved, but even without it, what if one were to grow up feeling like their body does not reflect their inner workings? Not everyone gets the chance to start over with a blank slate, and I always thought having my name removed gave me that kind of chance. The village I grew up in didn't see it that way, obviously. I was always good with herbs, healing people with what I knew to be science, but they thought it to be magic. So they were already a bit cautious of me, but when I came out of the woods that one day, they just didn't recognize me. When I told them who I was, they said I was a liar, and that the old me was a witch anyway, so they chased me off. It doesn't bother me now, but back then, it did hurt. So I made the choice to start over, by myself. And ever since then, I've not felt human. I don't have the same desires or interests that a human should have. Mostly, that is. Nor do I think the same way. I'm just different. What? Yeah, you're right. Maybe I am a crow. What do you think, Peanut? Would I make a good crow? Now I know I'm not going to translate that, you little foul-beaked bird brain. Thanks, human. For being interested in my story, I guess. Now, I believe I've been grinding this star anise enough, so let's get on with it, shall we? Hey, look at that! You even kept stirring, although I've been talking this whole time. Good job! Alright, now comes the critical part. Let me check the temperature. Steam's good. The next ingredient is the feather of a black-collared swallow. Oh, man, I don't think I have that. Let's make a little substitution. Let's see. Do we know someone who could lend us a feather? Oh, come on, don't be a baby. It's only the second time in 2 days, and you have such a wonderful and thick coat of feathers. Surely you can spare one more for us. I'll tell you what, if you give us another feather, I'll give you a whole fistful of nuts. What do you say? 2. No more, though, and stop haggling. Deal. I'll put them under you, little buddy, and there we go. Thanks for the feather. Greedy little. Let's add it to the kettle. Human, I need you to stir in the form of an 8 now, okay? Pretty sure it's unnecessary, but with the substitutions we already made, let's not chance it. The next ingredient is pretty expensive. Just a strand of gossamer spider silk. That's actually pretty interesting. Did you know that there are spiders out there that weave this stuff into sort of a balloon and fly around with it? Well, flying is not really the right word, I guess. It's more like floating. In it goes. Did you hear that? I think we're on the right track. You're doing great, by the way. Keep it up. And the last ingredient. A drop of dew collected from a leaf untouched by sunlight. In this case, that is important. Don't really know why, though. But yes. Yes, that's it. Now for the finishing touch. Don't you stop stirring now, human. Ero accende volare. Ero accende volare. Ero accende volare. All right, that's good. I think we did it. You can stop stirring now. Do you smell that? It smells like berries, obviously, but also a hint of copper and somewhat minty, right? The color looks good as well. I think we did it. Great job, human. You brewed your first potion. Maybe I should take you on as my apprentice, huh? No, I'm fine. Just a bit exhausted is all. Do me a favor, will you? Please grab some of my vials and fill them. I think I'll need to lie down for a bit. Again, you did great. Thanks to this, we'll be able to go ahead with my plan. Oh, and if you feel like it, I'd appreciate it if you could throw some of the stuff still lying around in my bag. Thanks for the help. And the talk. Despite me not really looking for human companionship, it does feel nice to talk to you for some reason. Anyway, I'll go lie down now. But don't let me sleep too long, please. I still have work to do after all.